So TeamCity is a CI tool which is in the process of automated of build, automated way of testing, automated way of packaging, packaging, and automated way of feedback. Okay, so that's the meaning of the CI, continuous integration. You should build, test, package, feedback, and then team will come to know why you are making, whether you are making any mistakes or not. So now what we are going to do, we are going to set it up all this flow as part of the TeamCity. So we will see that how it is happen. Okay, so now in order to set the automated build, automated testing, and automated packaging and all, we need to find out what are the tools we are going to use it, or what are the technology we are using. So for time being, I have a few projects, so let's use it. So I am going to use one for the Java, one for the .NET. Okay, so in that I need three ingredients. Basically I need a source code, I need a builder, I need a compiler. Okay, the same fundamental apply gets applied to this one. So, and right now I'm talking about, I'm going to set it up all this stuff. So in terms of Java project, I need a source code, builder, compiler. In terms of .NET, I need a source code, builder, and compiler. Now we have to find out the source code. So I'm going to get the source code from github.com. Okay, where is my Git repository? And I'm sure everyone has practiced the Git a lot till from last 1 week, so you guys know that. Now in terms of builder, I have a two builder which is very popular in Java. One is one is ant, and another one is maven. Okay, and now I have a compiler which is JDK. Done. So now I have again .NET source code which is on, I have uploaded on github.com. I have a builder which is MS build, and compiler which is Visual Studio and Windows. Okay, so now in order to set up the CIs, I need some ingredients, and I have these ingredients ready. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to set it up the, just a second, let me save this so I shouldn't miss. Yeah, so now in order to create a CI/CD flow in TeamCity, we have to understand little bit. So now let's talk about, so ingredients are ready. Now let me talk about the TeamCity. When you start working with the TeamCity, okay, we start creating a project, and we have project. Okay, so start creating a new project. Each project has some configuration. We call it build configuration. And each build configuration we have steps. Okay. And then apart from that build configuration, we do have a many tabs which we call it sometime general, trigger, parameters, and if you want to enhance that, then features and so on. Okay, so under the each project you get these tabs. Okay, and basically these are nothing but extra features, but build configuration is very much important. Inside the build configuration you have a steps. In that you do the build, deploy, QA, testing, install, anything you do that. Okay, so now this is the kind of layout which we'll have to create in TeamCity. So now what I'm going to do, I'm using the same installation which we did last week, and I have no projects. So let me give you the little bit of introduction before starting. So build, these are four types you can see: projects, changes, agents, and build queue. And I'm going to talk about each and every one in detail once we start exploring each option, but this is just a first class, so I don't want to confuse you the too many things. Build queue is the tab in which, suppose if you're running 10 or 20 builds and some builds are in queue, some builds are in progress, then it will be shown here. Okay, remember, completed build will not come here, so only the queues will be come here. Agent is the machine which you basically configure so you can build your project. So sometime what happens, as of now I am using my own machine, which is my, just a second, hold on guys. हेलो, या गुड मॉर्निंग. हाँ मैं आधे घंटे में आता हूँ, ठीक, थैंक यू. Okay, so
Rajesh,
yeah.
Rajesh, actually, we didn't talk about TeamCity installation. On the day, we used to download the TeamCity software, but
Okay,
after that, we didn't talk about installation.
TeamCity installation is very straightforward. Okay, what I will do, I will send you one video for that just after this training, or I'll send you one document.
Okay.
It's just like
Yeah. Okay.
downloading the exe from the TeamCity JetBrains website. Okay, and just
Yeah.
follow the steps. You don't have to do anything special. It's not
Yeah.
complicated.
Already I've downloaded from JetBrains, but I got the steps to
So
install.
just click on the exe, that's all. You don't have to do much of the activity. It's not complicated as it is like TFS and all. It's very easy. Okay, do it. And if you do not, if you stuck with some problem, do let me know.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Okay, it's not very difficult. Just you click on it, the exe, you'll get the conflict.
Do you have any video on the installation?
I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Okay, so we were talking about something else. Yeah, so we were talking about the TeamCity here. So now after the installation you get this page. This is the first page. I have not done anything. This is the same page you will get it after the installation. I'm running on my own machine. The port number is 1910. Remember, I think by default it will ask you the 8101. This is the port number. Please remember the port number. I had changed it during installation. That means during the installation it will ask you which port you want to run. So I had put it 9010, and that is where. Suppose in some case if your TeamCity is down, then you come to this place. I just restart the server. So I've just restarted the server and it is happening properly. Okay, that's all. So you have two things: TeamCity agent and TeamCity server. So let me explain the agent. So what happened, TeamCity server is the one which we are, as of now you are able to see that this is your server. It has a everything. It has a software, GUI, reports, it manages all the projects and all. Agent, what happens, sometimes capacity of the server is not adequate. So what we do, normally we share the infrastructure, so that suppose if you have a 50 projects to run, so you cannot run in the same machine because it has a capability limitation, like less RAM, less CPU, less storage and all that. So what you do, you basically configure the another machine, configure the another machine, and basically you do all the activities on agents. That's called machine 1, machine 2, machine 3, machine 4. You do all the activities on agent, and agent send all the information on to the server. So now you can see everything on the server. Okay, so that is how we use it. Okay, so now under the agent tabs, as you can see that I have only one agent, that's called my desktop ST1GL40HO. that agent is nothing but my main server. I mean my machine which where I have installed the server also. So that means as of now I'm having the same machine I'm using as a server, and as of now I'm using the same machine as a agent. So now if there's one services which is running from the TeamCity build agent, and one service is running from the TeamCity server. Okay, if you want to stop it, you can stop it. Then the agent will not work, so you will not be able to do anything. So agent is required. So you have a agent tabs in which we have agent changes. Third tab is changes. Changes is something like, suppose if you set up n number of projects, 4 5 10, and all the projects, your developer must be modifying something, some changes is going as part of it. So those changes will come here. As of now we have not set any we have not set we have not set any source repository, like we have not check out any code, we have not pull it or clone any code. So that's the reason we have no changes, but the moment we start fetching it out, we start getting the changes. Okay, next important thing is a project. So as of now you have no project, but if you have a project, you can see it here by browsing it or clicking on the down arrow button, and you can also filter it. As of now there's nothing, so it will not work. Okay, done. Now there are some of that stuff which we have it, like configure email, Jabber setting, manages license, and more users to TeamCity. So these are the things you can set it up, and I'll talk about one by one later. As of now these are not so important. Okay, configure email is important, but I don't have any SMTP server, so I should configure. So that's not a problem. So now let's get back to our agenda. What we are going to do, we are going to create this one. Basically I want to create build, test, package, and feedback, and using the Java project, using the .NET project, and these are the things I have to do. So let's do that too. Okay, so I'm going to create a project here, and here it is asking you the 4 ways to create a project. You want to create a project manually, or you want just you want and let me tell you, TeamCity is very powerful. So basically it can create a project by reading your source code also. So that's very powerful stuff. So in the second option, if you look at it, pointing to the repository URL. So what your TeamCity will do, it will read your source code, see that what are the builders you are using, whether it's ant based or maven based or ms build based or anant based or gradle based, or what exactly you are using. They will get it automatically, and they will take the target or a goal name or a task name from the respective builders tools, and automatically configure for you. Okay, so this is one of the powerful feature as of now. Another one is pointing to GitHub repository, so which we will do that at the end of session. And then pointing to Bitbucket. So GitHub, Bitbucket, and repository is nothing but the kind of, these are the repository where you store the source code. Remember, we use the GitHub for the remote repository, and Bitbucket is from Atlassian. Okay, so as of now, I am not going to do any of this functionality, rather than I am going to do the manually. So that way you can experience the things, each steps by yourself. So I click on the manual, and now it is asking me what is your name of your project. So I shall give some name, let's say soft X. Normally I do that, soft X proj 1. Okay, I just give the name, and ID has been taken from the name itself. If you want to change the ID, please do that. And now I'm going to give the description. This is my first project, and I just click on the create. The moment you create a project, now you'll be bombarded with the multiple option which I set. So now here, build configuration, general, trigger, parameter, features, whichever we are discussing. Now you have to configure everything. Let me tell you, you don't have to fear by seeing a lot of options. Not all options are not all options are um, compulsory. Yep. So now you just click on save and I just got it. Now you directly start setting few things which we call it build configuration template or sub project. So this is up to you for this particular project. These are the things you define it. Okay. So build configuration, which I said here, which is coming build configuration inside the step which is very main. Okay. Apart from that, you see this VCS root, report tabs, parameters, schedule, issue tracking, connection, SSH keys, runner, Maven settings, cleanup, version setting. These are the optional things and these are the features which TeamCity is providing to you. Okay, so we will discuss each one of them one by one, but let's do the things which we have to do today, which is setting up the CI/CD. Okay, so we'll explore the all of these features slowly. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, the second thing here you can see build configuration templates. So let me tell you, if you have a configuration template, basically you can create a template or you can create a built configuration using the template, but as of now I'm not worrying about it, the template, and also I do not want to create any sub project inside my project. Okay, you can do so, we'll explore this one. My priorities is now just to set this stuff and I'm going to create a build configuration. So here again, in order to create a build configuration, you have four options: manually, repository, and the same thing gets applied. As I said to you, it reads your source code, it reads what is the source code based on what are the builders you are using, and based upon that it it pre-populate the configuration for you. Okay, as of now I'm not interested in those features, so I'm going to create manually. Okay, now here my project is Softex project 1 BC. So I'm just going to create my build configuration name BC1. Okay, so that way I know that. So this is a build config for. Okay, now I just create it. Done. So now the time has come where it will ask you your source code. Okay, so now let's do that first one we'll do that GitHub with ant based. So now I'm going to um, select the what is it, source code management tool, and now mine is GitHub. So I'm looking for any GitHub specific things. Git is there, and let's do that. Okay, now important things, they are asking you the root name and ID. For your information, if your source code is private, then you have to give the root name and password. But unfortunately, my all of my source code is public. That means I don't need to get username and password for it. So now one of my sample program is here. SCM Galaxy, you go to my ID, you can browse all of my sample projects which got uploaded over the period of time, and you can access and you can use it. So as of now, I have all of my source code which is located at all of my repository located at github.com/scmgalaxy. You can go to github.com and use the SCM Galaxy as a tab also. So now I just click on the clone and tab HTTPS URL, I just copy it and go to my.
Rajesh, sorry to disturb you. Can you add my name in the GitHub as a user?
These are public repository. I don't have to add you. Just go and use it directly.
Yeah, okay. Can you share the URL?
GitHub.com. That's all. Type SCM Galaxy. You'll get it.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Yep. So now I don't have to put the username and password, but I'm just going to put the URL. And this is my URL which I copied. And as you know, the master branch configuration. So I keep it master branch. If you want to build another branch, if you have to check out another branch, you have to specify it. But as of now, I don't care about it. Okay. So if how many branches you have it, probably you'll be having one. Now you have a more advanced option. As of now we are not going into that, and I just want to do the test connection here before creating it, because sometimes what happens, it has issues with the connection. Your password is not working, your user ID is not working. In this case there is no as such, but it may be situation, so it's better to test. And you see here, connection successful. That means every setup whatever I did, it's good. Means I am able to get the source code from the GitHub and I am just creating it. Okay, now my build configuration successfully created. Now go to my, it should take to the pages basically, but it did not. Now you see that I have a, in my project which is softx project 1, I have a one build configuration which is softx project 1 bc2, and I'm going to click on it, and this is the one, and then it should be having next, no problem, it's here. So version control system I attached, so now I'm going to attach. So I have already configured it, so basically I'm going to attach. So git, I set it up, it did not take it on up actually. Okay, no problem. Okay, there is some confusion here. This is not something username and password. The username password will be mentioned here. Sorry. Okay. So this is something like to identify which particular repository you have it. So SCM Galaxy repo. Okay, that's all. You just, it's just a manual stuff which you want to give it. Okay, and if you want to specify the access method, you have to specify password or keys here. Okay, so as of now it's not required. So I do the test connection, done, and create. Now one of my VCS is done and you can see it here. Okay, now build steps. The time has come where we're going to show the build steps. I just told you, you have to configure the build configuration inside the build steps. So now what, as part of the build step you have to decide what you want to do, and we decided I am going to use the build, test, package and feedback. So now I am going to create a build step. So again you have a two options here. As you have stated, the version control settings, either you have a way in which you can set up the manually, or you can ask the TeamCity to detect automatically. Okay, so TeamCity will pre-populate one more time. Just a second, hold on guys, I need to switch on my uh, power. Yeah, so now it has a two features. Okay, it has two features. One is like auto detect build steps or and I'll build steps. As of now I'm not trying to add, I'm not trying at all any inbuilt features, so which will avoid the some of the steps and you will not get it. Okay, so now I do the manually. Okay, so I do the I'll add build steps, and now as part of the build step what I want to do, I want to do the build part. So now as you know that my first project is based on the ant. Why do we have ant? Because it's a build.xml. So ant, so I am going to select the builder which is ant here. If you look at it, ant. Okay, so ant I selected, and now it is selecting you, it is asking you to give the step name, and I can see this is optional, so I don't have to give it, but you should give it. So let's say build, ant build, I'm just going to give ant build. Okay, and by default build.xml should be there. So what you are going to do, you're going to relocate the build.xml by clicking this tree button at the end of that build. Okay, and now you have a build.xml. You can it can populate TeamCity, you can populate and just select it, and I got it. Okay, so if you have not got it, then you have to click here and got it. Okay, now if you have some other files also, you can populate through that one. Now if you don't know the and, it is based on the target. So if you look at my script here, this is nothing but a collections of target. Now which target you want to call? So as per the discussion in the start, I want to build it. That means I want to call the compile target. So let me do the compile. Okay, and code coverage, as of now, skip it. It's not code coverage is required. Advanced option, I don't need it. So I just build it. Let's say compile it. Done. So I have added one step that is called and build, but we decided to do the test. But unfortunately, we do not have any test cases here in ant. Okay, so no problem. We'll directly go to the packaging because I can see there's a package tab, a package target, which is there. So I'm going to create one more target. This time I'm going to use the auto populated and detect build setup, and now it is detecting automatically, and it will suggest you the same thing which I said. Okay, which I did it actually. Okay, now it says no build steps found. Builds steps, they are setting detect automatically, and no. So why did not found any steps? The reason behind, we have already manually configured those steps, so they are not finding something new. Okay, so now you have to configure it manually again, and this time I will select uh, what was the steps I had selected last time. Yeah, and build, and this time I'm going to create new again and this time and package, again same build.xml, and target, it will be different. So you can also look for the target, which is from here, and here you have a 4 target. Basically it's reading your script. So I just do that package, save it. You are done with it. Now suppose you want to trigger this build, you want to run it, this step. So just I click on the run button on the top of it, and now it's in build queue. I mean, it's not in build queue now because it got done so quickly, I believe. So we did not realize it. Now it's running. Oh yeah, it is now running. So build queue will be only if it's in a pending state. Now this is in running state. Okay. Now step 1, step 2, all these things are running. And now it says success. Okay, if you want to know the changes, you click on here, and there's no changes I did on my source code from the last because the first build. If you want to look at the build log, this is the build logs. So as part of this, you see I have a ant, and then again I called package, remember ant package. So as part of the ant compile, it created compile, which is last. So if you look at my code here, compile, it depends on the create is dependent on the clean, and clean is independent. So that's the same thing which happened, clean, create, compile. But in the next step I called package. So if you look at it, package is dependent on the compile depend on the create depend on the clean, and clean happen. So this is the same thing in the second step pattern, clean, create, compile, and package. Now it has done, everything is okay. In the parameter, I do not pass any parameter, but these are the parameters which is like a system defined parameter. There's no user defined parameter. If you define the parameter, it will be shown here. And artifacts also have not defined, so I'm going to show you that one. So till now what we created our project based upon the ant build system, and now we have a project running, which is project. Just a second, hold on. Yeah, sir. Hey. Yeah, tell me. Okay, okay. I'll call you because I'm in session right now. Just give me half an hour more, okay? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so now we have got the project SoftX project 1. So now I can see this project here also. I can browse it down. This is BC means build configuration, and here is my build configuration. Okay, now what we are doing, we are going to, and basically if you want to edit, you have edit build configuration, either extreme right, you can go to the version control, which is 1, build steps 2, triggers, build failures, conditions and all, we are not going to touch about it. So this is the way we set it up the project. Now I am going to set up this, my first step is done. I am going to create one CI/CD using the ant, that is done. Now I am going to create a CI/CD using Maven. This is the second project. So now I am going to another project that's called SoftX project 2. So let me go and create the new project.
Rajesh,
Yeah.
I like where did the artifacts generated? Can you show us that?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. So now I go to my configuration and I click on the edit configuration settings, and here I go to my build steps, and inside my build steps I click here and click edit, and now if I want to know that artifact, then it should be here. Uh, it should be somewhere here. RT is not here, then it should be in build configuration. Here. So it's in build configuration. Now after the build done, you want to link the package which you want to create. So just click on the tree here, which is the end of the artifact path. Automatically it will tell you which one you want, and I know that because I am storing, if you look at my program here as part of the package, I am storing my package inside the lib directory, so I know that. So I'm just going browsing lib, and this is my artifact, and I save it, and you have to run it one more time to get the artifact. So I've triggered.
Rajesh, Rajesh,
Yeah, tell me.
I can't understand the concept of artifacts in terms of TeamCity.
What you're saying, I'm not getting it.
I'm not clear about artifacts in terms of TeamCity.
Artifacts.
In terms of TeamCity,
Okay,
I'm
artifacts
not
is
getting it.
nothing. Okay, listen. Artifact is nothing but the kind of package you generate from the build system. So for this, artifact is your app.jar, which we are creating it. Understanding?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So now the build, I got the 4 builds done, and now you see the history. These are the 4 histories. Change log, as of not, I have not changed anything, so it not say anything. Issues log is not related to Jira or any tracker. Statics, everything is green. Okay, success rate is 100%. Statics take some time to load it. Yeah. Compatible agent, for this I have only one. Pending changes, none. Settings, whatever I did it. Okay, these are the settings. Okay, now if you go to the steps, build configuration, Everything is as it is. Okay, there's so many features here like pinned latest build and all the stuff I'm going to talk about later. I don't want to confuse you with all this functionality at a time, so you'll get lost. Okay, now let me do that same thing for the Maven base. So I'm directly going and hit and creating a project. Okay, so I'm just trying to find out the button when which I should create a project, and I don't know where is this. The UI has changed. Ah, okay, so using this button, what I'm doing, if I don't want to see that existing project, then you just configure it your project. Okay, so now let me go to the administration. There's another way, project here. Okay, I was looking some button here, but it's not there. Some things has to be enabled. Another way to create a project, like go to administration, create a project manually. I'm this time I'm doing fast. I'm just copying the name from the last one. Done. To save, I'm going to create a configuration this time again manually, and I am going to get this to get the source code which is Maven based. So I have a project which is Maven based. Where is Maven? Yep. So I just copy the URL. Done. And name of my build configuration, I should be okay. Let's keep it BC Maven BC2. Okay, done. Create. Now it's asking you to use the same URL which you used in the past or something new. So this is new. So I'm going to give the new name GitHub, and URL is done. Test connection. Same stuff you have to keep doing till your project is automated. Done. So my now the BCS is done. Build steps, I'm going to do that, and this time I am going to no, let me select manually only. I'll confuse you too much. And this time builder is your Maven. So I click on Maven. Now it's reading your source code, and step name, let's say Maven compile. Goal name is compile. This is predefined in the Maven. Automatically is detecting your pom.xml. Save it. Add new build step, Maven, and goal name is test. Let it be same, Maven test. Save it. Now it's so easy, right? Just you need to know the builder. That's the reason I took a training of MS build in advance. You know that what is the target and all. Maven package, goal name package. Everything is set. And last one is Maven install. Maven install goal name. If you're not sure about what are the goal name, it will tell you okay, this option is not coming in this Maven. Actually it will come only on and.xml, because these are predefined goal name in Maven. So that's the reason. Done. So now we got the 4 steps: compile, test package install. Now we have nothing but to trigger it. Okay, it's taking some time. Okay, test is passed. Now you can see that the test results under this. See here, the moment it detect automatically my TeamCity detect this. So I have a BC configuration. Inside that 4 steps, you want to check the log. Test passed. Issues log is not connected as of now. Pending change list is nothing. Maven, you have the logs in detail. Okay, so this is the way you set it up. Okay, now we have, you want to check configuration, you again you check it, all the stuff, and you want to check that artifacts. Let's attach to artifacts, and you know that artifacts is created here. You have to know the builders basically in detail, and done. So I click on projects. Now I have a 2 projects, project 1, project 2. Inside my project I have a 1 configuration here, and here 1 configuration. You can have a more configuration here. Okay, so everything is Maven is associated with the test, so that is the reason you have a test pass, which is the results coming here. In Ant it was not coming because they were not test. Okay, any confusion here?
Roger.
Okay, so now I am going to show you some of the .NET related topics. So I have this project already created. Man, that means you need again 3 ingredients: your source, builder, and compiler. And I have these projects already created in my repository, which I created 2 years before, I think. MS build. Okay, so you just type MS build and you will get 3 projects. I'm just opening on the new window, MS build. Uh, Sorry, not MS build. The typing you should be doing with the TeamCity. Yeah, so let me close this guy. MS build hello, based your scripting, your source code automation is based on the batch program, NN program, and .NET services like solution file, and one more. No, only 3 projects. So now I'm going to build it. So this time I'm going to use the inbuilt functionality of Jenkins. Sorry, TeamCity. So now you know that everything. So now I'm going to create a project. Again, I have to go to the administration section, creating a project. This time I'm going to create from the pointing to GitHub repository. And now you'll see that everything will be taken. So client ID is not required. Client ID is needed. Change. Okay, let's create a client ID. So I'm going to create a client ID. So I, I create a client ID using setting button, and I go to OAuth application. I click on the developer application. I click on a new register new application, and this is FFF. And what is my URL name? TeamCity. Just let's give the new proper name. Register. I just registered the application, and now I got client ID, which is here, and then I got client secret, which is here. Save. Now automatically it will get it from your stuff. So now refresh, sign in to github.com, authorize application. This is a one-time activity, so TeamCity will be able to do everything. Okay, now it does everything. Now I have to get the project. So which project I said? TeamCity.net. Now it's automatically verifying. This is taking time. That means whatever we inserted the source code manually, this time it will be taking the source code. It will configure the build configuration steps. It will create it, generate it. Everything will do yourself themselves. You don't have to do anything. So that's the beauty of TeamCity actually. Yeah, see, it has done it. It called your project SLN file, which is here, and then it's rebuilding it with the release configuration. Just you have to select the stuff you selected. Done. Your configuration is done. Build it. It's so easy. I don't know whether Visual Studio is properly set or not. It's okay. Anyways. Okay. It says there's a warning. No enable compatible agents for this build configuration. That means I was doubting because Visual Studio have not set in the configuration of TeamCity or the system configuration, so automatically it will not take it. So project s.sln file, remember, in order to start working with, and it has detected from the system, it has detected from system. That's the reason it did not ask you the it prompt you the warning. But here there is no compatible agent. That means I have a Visual Studio installed in my machine, but it's not configured to work with the command line. So you have to uh, do that setting, or you have to edit your settings. So probably I will edit my settings, and I'll see, first of all I'll see which Visual code I have added. It's Visual Studio .NET services. So let me see, this is the one. Okay, so SLN file. So that you can basically SLN file, you know that you can call it through MS build. So I'm going to that's the reason I am requesting everyone to, you should know many things actually in order to work with uh, TeamCity and uh, and TFS. So now I'm going to edit this one. Probably let me add build new step and MS build, which is here, which is I'm specifying it. Now it requires build file path. So I'm directly calling the SLN file, which is here. Done. Everything target. I'm just trying to find out if I have nothing. So just save it. I'm just checking out, and rest of the things I'm going to delete it. So I just delete this step. Okay. Delete this step. Okay. And call it. Now its SLN file is installed. So now it did not prompt. So now you have a build queue and it's running. Okay. Now again, I am going to set up a new project using my another project. So this time I'm using NN base. So automatically they will detect. So from GitHub repository. Come on, ms build and based, which is here. Now it's verifying connection. Now you see build configuration name done. Proceed further. Automatically now it's reading your source code, and this time it automatically populated because there is a default.build which is here. So no, it's not populated. I'm wondering why it's not. Sometime you have to create a builder scripts in your some standards so Anand can take it, but unfortunately it did not take it, but no problem, I can create manually. I go to Anand. Where is Anand? He's here, not down. Anand. I give the name Anand, and part to build, I'll just locate it the Anand file, which is default.build. Targets, I'll keep it, I'll basically look at it, what are the target they're using, and they're using default target which is build, so I'll keep it, let it be build only. So if it is a default, then I don't mention it. Done. I run it. Okay, so again its warning is coming. Why? Because anant is not set. So normally to set the anant, what we do, let me do what I do. I go to my C drive, tools, and Anant is there. Oh, unfortunately Anant is not there, so it's not able to install. So you can set this Anant installations in your configuration, system file, automatically detect. That's all. And next one is, which is with a batch. A batch, there is no requirement because it's a part of the Windows. So let do I do what I do. Go to the administration, create project, pointing to GitHub, and this time ms build batch. And batch, it's the inbuilt tools in each Windows machine. Batch means DOS prompt. So ms build was not installed. Proceed. And Anant was not installed. So now it is scanning your system, and now you see it created a build step for you. It automatically detected. So I just select the you selected, done, and run it, and you're done. Okay, so in the batch, okay, let me show you this output. Now it's running. So it's so easy, right? Did you find very difficult to understand it?
Rajesh,
Huh?
on creating a project for
Yeah, tell me. Hello. Okay, so with this, I'm going to wrap it up this session. What I want you guys to install the TeamCity, try whatever I have done in front of you. You have a sample projects already on github.com. You go install ant, you go install maven, you go install anant, ms build, and all. Try all these 5 projects, type different goals the way I did it, and explore some of the functionality, basic functionality of TeamCity, and try to get hands-on, at least try to understand the fundamental of it. Okay.